Okay, you're probably wondering, why did I go back? Well, in the case of this, since I have Wall 2, I'm breaking all sorts of rules. But where we're going is we're going to the last area. So you're no longer fearing the power of actual driving. We're going to Area 3, in which will lead us to most likely the last area of the game. And of course, since we went all this way, we're just gonna ride this all the way out. Because yes, this game has broken all sorts of records. So in this case, since we have Wall 2, we can now ride up walls. So now that Sophia the Third is complete, we must finish what we started. Namely, this game will be finished tonight. Or rather, this morning. Or whichever works in your neck of the woods. Now, the thing we're going to have to do here is, well, we're lacking hover. We don't have enough hover. So we're going to ride to Area 3. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to ride ourselves to Area 3. Now, like I said, I have fond memories of this game because I used to have the book. And if anybody remembers the World of Power books by Scholastic, yeah, I was one of those kids who was into not only the game, but I was into the story. Now it's an interesting story because, well, how the story really ended was that after Jason taking care of supposedly the last boss, he married this co-pilot named Eve, and they had children. Now, the guy who actually made the story actually made the premise for the other games, namely Overdrive. That was the premise behind Overdrive. But, you know, I wish I really did have Overdrive. I mean, the game, it's so smooth. Oh yeah, I've broken all sorts of rules now. I'm riding up walls. And believe it or not, it is so choice when you need to really get around. And I do mean get around. It makes things a little shorter and easier, per se. So, yeah, this is going to take a while because I have to remember, this is where I'm going to go. Area 3. And Area 3 will eventually lead us to the last area, which is Area 8. Okay, there's a room here. It's a spiked room. We're going to go to the spiked room because that spiked room will eventually lead us to the last stage. Yeah, it pays to have a super tank. A fully powered, gravity-defying super tank. Now, granted, for the next part of the stage, or the stage coming up, we're going to need hover and lots of hover. I mean, we're going to need plenty and plenty of hover. Sadly, for some stupid reason, we're going to need to grind our butts off to get some hover. And I'm sorry I'm not giving much commentary because these are the spikes. Apparently, we can't ride past them. Or can we? This is the spike wall that the walkthrough was talking about. What you're gonna need to do here is surpass the spike wall. We have just surpassed all that is stupid in this very game. And what you see here, that's the last area. One second. Now, we are at stage 8, the last area. And believe it or not, yeah. We're going to put an end to this. I promise you, I'm going to put an end to this game. And that's what we're going to do. And by the sound of this music, yeah. This game has just reached critical mass. Or in this case, critical ass. Now it says you're gonna need hover for this. For only the little bits of it. But you're gonna have to ride most of the way. Climb yourself upwards. Hopefully the next part of this maze will eventually lead us to most likely the last part of the game. So what are we gonna do? Well, since we're here, we might as well knock on the front door. And yeah, if that music is really getting creepy to you, why, when I look at this, I think about the Guardian Legend? Guardian Legend. A game in which many LPers have sacrificed their lives for the greater good, just for our amusement. And so we find out that this P is not worth it. Let's see what's up here first. Well, like I said, this is the last run here. And since this is the last run, I don't think hover is going to really be useful here. And if there is, there's going to be very less use of it. So what you want to do is just keep riding. Keep riding the wall. And drop off. And go in here. Oh yeah, we're gonna take care of this tonight. No more screwing around. Every enemy will be here just waiting for you. From stage 1 on up. You want to defeat these mechanical heads for some delicious side weapons for your tank. For you see, I got some more heads. And I'm going to walk this way. And hopefully this is the last one because I'm really pushing this, folks. Yep, I had to turn the sound up just because I want to fit the mood. So we're facing a lot of Area 1 enemies here. Just remember to keep an eye out on extra powers like the Mega Hover, the power-ups. Especially if you can find some Mega Hovers. That'd be great and wonderful all at the same time. Get this gun upgrade. And instantly we got some mega hovers. That means we got full stock charge going here, folks. So, since we're here, let's see what's down here. We're going around this area like so. And yeah, this isn't a maze. Since this is the last push. Well, we got none. Since there's nothing, we must leave and hop back into our low-G. Yep, I'm hurting myself, but you know what? It's for your amusement. So let's see what's down here. Now I went up here, but let's see what's down here. Well, let's see. We're going to ride the wall once again. Careful of these enemies while you're riding up the wall. So what you're going to have to do, use your sidearms. And try not to use too much of your sidearms. Now, since we're in here, I think this might be the last labyrinth of the game. So we're going to take a look at every part of it, starting with the left side. And don't go in there if you're playing this normal, because you will die a gruesome death. With spikes all over your ass and then some. So what we're going to do is we're going to bypass all this. And we're going through here. Get rid of all these enemies that will somehow try to stop us. Yeah, this is Sunsoft's way of trying to say, thank you for playing this game, we're gonna fuck up your mind. Sure, after fighting super mutated, super radioactive frogs. Yeah, thanks a lot, Sunsoft. After making Euphoria, you have completely fucked us up. So, as we're going through here, this leads us back to that room. Okay, let's make sure we've cleared this area before proceeding any further. One moment. For I must take a sip. And last thing we ever want right now is for our controller to start jacking up on us. So, I certainly hope you have really enjoyed Blaster Master from start to finish. And I certainly hope you have enjoyed Sunsoft Month. A look into the Super Nintendo game, not the Super Nintendo games, the Nintendo games. A look into the Nintendo games from Sunsoft. Because really, they haven't failed, and I know I didn't do Batman Revenge of the Joker. It doesn't make sense for me to do two Batman games. I mean, there are so many Batman games that Sunsoft did. It's hard to choose which one is best. Alright, so since we have basically cleared that area, let us proceed further into the depths of hell. And with a full tank, we're gonna proceed further. Because it's a long drop. So since we dropped down here, let's see what's... Ew. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. We have just reached guts, folks. We have just reached guts. Do you have it? I'm seeing a lot of it. And I think this is the one. Since we're here, let's finish this thing. Now, if you want to take on this floating brain, you can. However, if you can't, try to get away from it. Now, thank God they don't. Now, thank God your character does not have knockback. Thank God for no knockback, because knockback is a bad thing. So, since we only get a power-up in this room, let's proceed further. You've been waiting for me all this time. Oh, how wonderful. Thank you. Now leave me alone. Now, as we're going through this path very carefully, what you want to do is you want to get rid of any enemy that's coming towards you, like these floating brains. And we can see that none of this is worth it. Welcome to hell, population. You don't want to know. So as we're going in here, oh boy. Well, this is pretty much a straightforward maze, and anything that is out to get you will get you in a matter of moments. But you know what? The little goodies that are here is worth it. Hopefully this is not one of those areas in which, if it is, I'm gonna be majorly peeved about it. And it is. So what must we do? We must leave this area. Because this is not the final dungeon. This is yet another dungeon just to pick up extra powers. Alright, so I think. Because after you play this game for so long, you start to get the feeling that all dungeons are alike. And for some reason, I just somehow glitched that. Woohoo! So we leave that area and proceed out this area. Get some help where we need it. And proceed onward. That's a good thing I'm just playing this just as is. Because if I was playing this game normally, there ain't no way in hell I would be surviving right about now. So I'm going to use my homing missiles. And just get rid of all these little maggots. And I'm going right through here. And as you can see, the closer we get, this is video game logic. The closer you get, the more shit's gonna be thrown out at you. So let's see what's in here. Is this the way to San Jose? Is this the way to hell? Well, it seems pretty straightforward. Nope. Just some power-ups. As I said, there is no right and wrong here because the closer you get, the more enemies will be thrown at you. So that is good sound advice. So since we've taken that way, since we've taken the right route, let's take the left route. Now as you can see, it's starting to look like intestines. Yeah, for those who know Guardian Legend, y'all know what I'm talking about. The corridors. And I feel for those who have actually played Guardian Legend and had to go save state after save state after save state in trying to defeat every boss. And why am I mentioning Guardian Legend in a game like this? Layout. Now during this part, there are going to be a lot of little enemies that are going to start shooting at you. Or come at you. Not in a very good way, and oh my goodness, what is this? Well, we're just going to have to make a path, aren't we? Could this possibly be where we need to be? Wow, that's just wow, man. The layout is just wow. And ladies and gentlemen, here comes the final boss. Or part one of the final boss. And this is the plutonium boss. Now, you may remember him from the box art of the Guardian Legend. Real simple boss. All you need to do is shoot at him and avoid those bouncy balls that are going around and around and around. Now, when you take him out, that's not all. This is the final boss. And he reminds you of another boss from Fester's Quest. This is what I believe is the leader. I forgot his name. But all you're going to have to do here is keep pelting them down with... Keep pelting them down with... Well, that's all I need to do. Keep pelting them down with your grenades, and just basically, that's it. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, the final boss has been beaten. Peace has been restored to the earth, and all is right with the world. That's the end of the game, ladies and gentlemen. Jason and Fred are reunited. How, I don't know. But anyway, that has been the end of Blaster Master. Why did I mention the Guardian Legend? Anyway, I had to say, just from my standpoint, I am glad I actually beaten this game. It has taken me over 20 years. Over 20 years to actually get back at this game. 26, perhaps. 26. Because I think when I first played this game, I was about, what, 5, 7, 24 years, I guess. So with that does it for the Guardian Legend. Why I keep saying that? That will do it for the most epic game in all Sunsoft history. Sorry if I mentioned Guardian Legend so many times. That is the end of Blaster Master, aka Chokuse Senki Meta Fight. This game has been one hell of a ride. And I had to say, wow. So, join me next time as we take on another game from the vaults of yesteryear and relive our glorious past from the 80s up to now. I have been the underdog of the underrated, Pookie Izzy 7. And this has been the cult classic, Blaster Master, brought to us by Sunsoft. The game is over. It's the end of the show. And I'll see you until the next episode.